is the Teh Tarik Hour. I'm Azreen,
I'm Ah Kit.
and we're back for another episode.
Yeah, this is what's the episode with our topic.
This is a topic that you bring up all of a sudden. I think in terms of, because you're familiar with this area. We're talking about EV, or for those who don't know, electric vehicle.
Electric vehicle.
Electric vehicle.
So what do you know about electric vehicle?
I'm actually quite supportive of electric vehicles in the first place. Actually, I think it's a much more sustainable option compared to fossil fuel.
You support or unsupport?
Huh?
You support the electric vehicle or not support?
Support. I support it because it's a much more sustainable form of transportation compared to fossil fuel car. Because again, it doesn't use as much. It doesn't destroy the environment as much. But to be clear,
To destroy your
No.
wallet.
That's one thing. To be clear, if we were to choose in terms of like transportation, the top for me is always public transportation.
Yeah.
Okay. After public, then is EV. After EV, then is normal car. In terms of pricing as well, the first always public transportation first. Just public transportation always cheapest. Then fossil fuel car, then EV . Because right now EV is a very expensive hobby. It's a hobby actually. It's a hobby bro. It's a hobby Who can afford EV? How much is the normal EV car? You know or not? I don't know, man, because I think it's like,
I think just recently we are very hot in the EV electrical car electrical vehicles Just recent only, bro.
Is it only recent?
Recent.
I thought we've had Tesla for quite some time already.
But you can see our roads not much Tesla
Okay, who can afford Tesla, bro? You
No, the tax issue actually. The actually Tesla
import tax of
the import tax, the vehicle import lah.
Hey, but funny because if you have an EV, right, you get you don't have to pay for road tax, what?
Yeah, pay for different tax, man.
Except you have an exception for road
But
tax.
for now, because our government is support the EV, so the EV become cheaper lah. I mean the road tax.
Is it cheaper?
Road tax, the road tax, right?
But I mean, road tax is one thing lah. Road tax is how much we can get out of road tax, at the very least. Being able to afford an EV first already a problem.
Well, afford is one of important issues. It's not the what you call that it's one of the issues lah. But for EV, is practical or unpractical using in Malaysia also is one of the issues.
Yeah, I mean right now I think it's not practical at all if
you pay so much the money and then you buy one vehicle and come back at home, only I can be able to charge at home.
Charge at home. Or the few
you go Penang, then how?
No, but there's like only a few charging spot right on the highway there, and even then, like if it broke down, like recently one of the charging port broke down. You no choice to charge already.
Yeah, it's not like our petrol. Petrol everywhere. You say everywhere can get a petrol station. It's not like the electrical vehicles, right? EV not easy to get the port for charging.
Like I mean the infrastructure in Malaysia right now does not support EV, right?
The foundation is not there
Okay,
yet.
but let's not look at the infrastructure yet. On the concept of having an EV, do you think it's a good to have EV, or is it like a bad thing?
I don't support EV.
Why?
I feel like the petrol car, you drive a car, it still feel like I'm driving a car. You compare with EV.
Have you tried driving an EV before?
I drive EV before, but I don't feel like I'm driving a car. It's like an electrical car. It's like, the power is there, but you cannot hear the sounds, the exhaust, those kind of sound. You feel like,
hey, can put in the sound. Got cars that they will play the sound if you want to get the engine sound. No, can
the fake one. That one is like you play the PlayStation.
Why cannot? It's also good one. But I mean, okay, that's your personal preference in terms of like you enjoy the engine of a car.
The engine, the exhaust, and some more. Okay, for electrical vehicles, you turn on the aircon. In Malaysia, the weather is so hot. You turn the aircon,
the battery dies.
The battery dies faster compared with you don't turn on the aircon. right?
Ah.
Because every time in Malaysia you traffic jam, you turn on the aircon.
But it's funny.
The consumption, the electric consumption is more than the other.
But it's funny, you say that because the reason why you need to turn on aircon is because weather is hot, right?
Mm-mm.
But why is weather is hot? Because of our consumption of fuel, ma. So if you use fuel, country will become the world will become more hot. Either way, also.
But we are in the suburbs. We are horizontal. We no choice, ma.
To be honest, do you think Malaysia is as hot as it used to be like back in 1990s?
That one is a different issue. We cut a lot of tree, ma. Our hutan, now a lot of those the developer all cut our tree. Last time
Where we get that from fuel, ma, in order to make
This
more.
is-
So there is a cyclical thing there, ma. But yeah, I understand your point in it in that right now it's very inefficient to use EV lah.
But maybe after 3 years or 5 years, the EV, the foundation, they're built very good. I mean, even everywhere we can get easily to get a port. That one a different story lah. But for currently, the foundation is not there. It's very hard for people to driving an EV. This is what my perspective.
We haven't reached the point where it's like accessible for everyone and every to and accessible and efficient and usable to use EV lah at this point, right? But that's the thing. It's like, until when do we need to wait until EV can be a viable option for people to use?
Maybe 3-4 years.
3-4
Or
years,
2 years. I don't know.
For me, it's like the
It
breaking
depends on
point.
our governments.
The breaking point is that an EV costs as much as a Perdua Aksa. Like, if we can get that parity level in terms of like buying a EV and a cheap car, a fossil fuel car, then I think that it's accessible for people lah. The second part, of course, is charging ports lah, the infrastructure to support.
You know when the EV will be going down, the price?
Like, you want me to predict the year? 2030.
You know when?
When?
When our petrol, our
Petrol Dyer finish.
finish already in our country. So the EV will be
See, that's
cheaper.
the thing. That's the thing with relying on fossil fuel. It's limited sources, ma.
Yeah.
There's an end point to it. We cannot grow more fuel, or at least we have to wait a couple million years, you know. And human die, and then the human bones become fuel, and then fuel. Things like that.
Malaysia finish the petrol, then will be the EV cheaper.
No choice, like that.
No choice, ma. Only Malaysia, because they are subsidize the RON 95, ma. If that, let's say Malaysia didn't have any subsidy for the RON 95,
Then it's might as well just buy EV, right?
yeah, I rather buy EV. the price growing crazy at the petrol.
In the end, it's all about cost, in the end, right? But the thing I funny in the thing is that cars in general, right, is a good, but it shouldn't be a must, you know. Like, you shouldn't have to have a car in order to survive in the country, lah. Like, if you were to have to survive, to choose to survive, I would always go for EV, because at least I know EV would be less detrimental to the world, lah. And it's even though it's a nuisance right now, and the fact that a lot of EV cars right now are not really good, lah, to be honest.
But okay, a lot of people is saying yes, EV less. I mean, we it's more recycle. This all the it's a good
I mean,
thing.
not say
Good-
recycle, lah, it's sustainable, lah.
sustainable. Only the I mean because
It's the battery that's a problem right now.
the battery is a problem. How we go to? I mean, the battery after 10 years, the battery. How we go to solve the battery problem?
I'm
after,
sure-
after 10 years, the battery maybe the dry already. The battery. How we go to do with the battery?
I feel like we can reach that conclusion, or at least reach that solution a lot faster. Same way how we deal with handphone, lor. I mean, the jump in technology for handphone is very fast, right? No, man? It used to be back in the day, you only small screen and button only. Nowadays, your phone already supercomputer already, right?
Yes.
I think EV, in terms of technology, can reach that level quickly, provided there's enough support from people to adopt EV. But the thing is, again, people are still worried about using EV. Scared later the car explode.
Oh.
Like Samsung, the phone explode, you remember?
But Tesla got
battery-
this issue also, you know.
Yeah, but Tesla is a terrible company actually. Tesla is a terrible car actually. Yes, they popularize EV, but I really hate Tesla, man. Tesla is a useless car already at this point under Elon Musk. And speaking of Tesla, Tesla is actually coming to Malaysia. They're going to invest in Malaysia and build up a infrastructure in Malaysia.
JB.
I don't know where exactly, they haven't decided yet, but we've managed to get that contract with Tesla, which I hate. I hate so much that we're getting Tesla, man. Rather than spending money to get that contract, why not use it to improve our public transportation?
Come back to the public transport.
Whenever we talk about transportation, I will always fight for the right to get public transportation more.
Maybe we can think on different of the perspective view. You're using the EV as a rental car. You're everywhere in Malaysia. Then you just easily to rent a car, just a EV. When I want to use a car, just our got this the bicycle sharing, this kind of
Bike
concept.
sharing,
The
actually,
bike sharing.
those things are actually
Yeah,
quite popular,
I think
right?
it's quite EV can be something like that because we are not always using the car. Maybe examples lah. Today I want to go to office. I want to ride a car. Maybe I rent a car in my downstairs and then go to your office place. And then you stop already. You at the office. You stop at the car there.
You drop off the car and then
drop off. Then the car you are.
But the thing is, it's all about providing that option to do that. Right now, Malaysia give you no choice, bro. No choice. If you want to go to work, you need to have a car.
So if let's say for EV is a sharing kind of the concept, then more it's more
But
nice.
is that something that that will work in Malaysia, or like car sharing kind of concept? Remember last time China they give the bicycle, the trend in Malaysia where you can get the bicycle that did not end well because it ended up all the bicycle was broken, man.
We different because we are car country. We are using car a lot.
We motorized country lah.
No, motorized country. So
Thank you, Mahathir. It's all Mahathir fault.
one man, one car. You know.
I tell you, man, the cost of Mahathir wanting to make Proton.
One man, one proton.
Cilaka, this guy. Because of that, now the country cannot survive without a car.
Success already, huh? Everyone also got proton.
He is success lah. The rest of the people burdened with Proton, all this. So in terms of bicycle is no go lah.
Because bicycle we are not used China is different. No? China is if let's say you can use a bicycle as your transportation.
The infrastructure allows it for it lah.
But where we got the land for the
We should
bicycle.
die if you bicycle.
So I think it's the success will be the EV motorized. The EV will be successful.
Vehicle lah in that
Yes.
sense. I don't know, man, because I always worry that in Malaysia, given all this barang all these things, they will spoil it, man. We don't know how to take care.
You got the deposit one ma. If let's say really you spoil the things you spoil the sharing, of course you got fine lah. You thought after you spoil
Simply easy.
your IC, your details. Oh, you knock your door somewhere, I come and collect your debt.
I think like how long is it?
Or you spoil my side mirror or this thing.
I mean, if there is enough protection for the EVs, but even then, the cost of getting EVs in the first place is already two. You imagine the cost of providing a fleet of EV. How much would that cost, man? The lowest. What's the cheapest EV right now? What company? Actually, how many companies in Malaysia that sell EV?
My understanding, I've got 2 China's companies coming to Malaysia to selling the EV. It's one of it's called BYD. It's called BYD. And then the other one is called Cat. I don't know.
It's a weird brand.
It's a weird brand.
Later I see Xiaomi car, is it?
These 2 brands. Then of course the US brand, the famous Tesla.
But Tesla is not not yet lah. I think after they come in with the infrastructure, you will officially get it. But before this, Tesla is parity import lah. Is import car lah basically, right? You have to
for
go
now it's an import.
You have to go to dealer who will ship that car in.
But now it's a recon. No import some more.
Oh, is it?
Recon more is a recon car.
So it's second hand car lah basically.
Yeah, some more the battery, some more is second hand.
That mean won't last long lah, bro.
Yeah.
But okay, other than Tesla, I mean like luxury brand brings EV also, right? I believe Porsche have their Taycan EV here, right?
Porsche, Merc, BM also have.
They all have their own Volvo as well, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Or is that
Volvo.
hybrid?
Volvo is they have got EV.
Complete EV.
No, I'm not sure. Not sure.
Wow, how they can survive an EV here?
But I know Merc, BM, they got the complete EV.
But as you can see right now, a lot of the EV is a luxury brand. That's why I say the EV is a hobby because it's a hobbyist price already, you know.
Got the cheap brand, man. BYD a cheap brand, man.
Yeah, but like, is that official distributor or is that like
Your official is.
really?
But not so cheap, 150,000.
Okay, that's not cheap at all, bro. I thought like cheap, is it like 20, 30,000, is it?
You means Asia those kind of price?
Yeah.
No lah, 大哥，Asia still the cheapest
Why we cannot reach Axia level for EV?
If reach that levels, we have to, I mean, the manufacture in Malaysia lah, because Asia is manufactured in Malaysia ma.
Isn't it Proton is starting to do a hybrid vehicle with the X50? I think they are trying to put X50 or X90 is going to be hybrid, but there's also plan to make a fully EV Malaysian car lah. Like if Malaysia come out with EV car, would you support it?
Not sure leh. See, depend the situation lor, I know.
I mean, okay, let's be honest. You think EV will be adopted in Malaysia? In general?
I think a new generation will be love EV. I don't like EV actually.
Here's the thing: when you say new generation, right? The biggest question is, can new generation afford EV first?
Dream car. You know dream car.
No, let's not say that.
Only in dream.
You think new generation now can afford a car also?
Asia lor.
Nowadays, I think people can't afford cars already, you know.
But car is not necessary things, but for
I mean, in Malaysia, it's kind of necessary.
if let's say the EV can do the rent, I mean the sharing, I think no necessary will buy buy car. Serious what? Where will you go use car?
Go work, lor.
I think it's just a transporting. It's not. I'm not really a car lover. I say, oh, I want a very sport car.
But that's a hobbyist already, man. No?
Yeah, that one is a hobby, because you need the transport, then you buy car in Malaysia.
A lot of times we use transport is to do our tasks lah.
Yeah, your
task. Go groceries or go to work fetch children all these things is task related because it's not easy to do that without having a car in Malaysia lah.
Because Malaysia,
it's a motorized country.
It's the Mahathir fault.
Mahathir vision. Everyone got a car, but now not everyone can afford car.
Can afford car, but cannot afford the petrol.
That guy also no use. Also.
You can afford the car actually, easily to afford the car, but the car.
No, but you afford car, you go into debt, bro.
Somehow the petrol is so expensive. Somehow the what you call that the tolls
oh yeah,
the parkings you all that is your fees, you know. You park a car it's like you
so many things to pay already.
A lot of things you have to pay.
Now also the Grab Uber no more Uber already. Grab car, all these things also expensive nowadays also. People can't afford also to use this service anymore. Actually, we can't afford anything in Malaysia already. Jalan kaki.
You think Jalan Kaki will have the pathway for you to jalan?
Die also, right?
You jalan on the highway, beside the highway.
You see or not that the viral thing? The girl walked to the MRT station. She walked the narrow path there and there's a highway there already. You know?
Serious?
Yeah. To get to the MRT. That's how terrible our city planning in Malaysia is, you know.
Ask Anwar to do something.
He can also solve the oil issue, the fuel issue right now. How to survive this also.
That's why they encourage the EV, they support the EV.
Okay, but like, let's think of the future in Malaysia lah. Like if Malaysia transition to an EV, is that a good thing?
Good thing. this because I mean, and not just Malaysians. I mean, not just Malaysia. They encourage the people who using EV lah. I think the whole world also EV. This is a trend.
It's a trend lah.
It's a trend. So I think it's a good for the world
In the long run,
at
it
the
will
long
be
run.
better lah.
Yeah.
But to me, like when we transition to EV, it's more like a band-aid rather than a solution in terms for the people lah. Because we still have this infrastructure problem. So you just replace car with electric car, but people still need to get a car. That's my main issue with
Why not
vehicle.
Why not? I got some ideas, utopia ideas. why cannot all our petrol cars do a conversion? You maybe invent one conversion from the petrol car convert to the electrical car.
I mean, if we want to really talk about utopian lah, I want the world to become like, you remember Total Recall the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, the future there, and then the car is no driver, automated, electric, like that.
I think soon. This thing will be soon.
Yeah, I want to be like that, and also the fact that I think the cost of that kind of car should be cheap one, because you don't need to drive, you don't need to pay for it. All you need is just company to maintenance the car only one.
You know that they have this called drone taxi. They also EV.
But I think now AI is still not good enough for drone taxi.
You dare to ride?
No, because a lot of the AI for driverless taxi or driverless car is based on white people punya algorithm. So the situation that happened that I read is that when a car was driving right and a white person passed through, it will stop. But if a black person walk through, it doesn't stop. Because it doesn't recognize black people as human.
Serious?
Because the AI doesn't know, it doesn't know. I only white people tell me, when you see white people walking, you stop. Other than white people,
Asian
maybe Chinese a bit better lah, because lighter skin still. But in Malaysia, maybe not a good thing because yellow means what? In Malaysia, red means stop, green means go, yellow means go faster. So if you walk, you be careful.
Go faster.
So that's why I think driverless car maybe not a good thing yet. Not yet. The technology not there yet.
But you can see our road also not well developed.
Actually, if we tell straight,
lot of lobang.
Our road also is not even fit to have a car of this. I mean, EV is very sensitive car Like anything wrong there, you die.
Some of the road you compare the road with other countries, our roads are the lining. Somehow it already.
Hey, but you said
no more lining.
US also terrible roads,
But I mean in KL
okay
I compare with KL. I mean in the city area.
No, actually comparable Actually, Malaysia terrible roads and America terrible road. We are quite comparable actually. We are terrible in that sense actually. Because US is a car country so they have to rely on car. We are also a car country. We have to rely on car
You see our populations, the car population more than the man population.
Yeah actually. Same like US actually. The car population more than the people. Well, gun also population more than the human population there also. I think if we can afford, if gun is legal in Malaysia, I think we will have more guns than we have people. Yeah, but actually that's a weird thing. Why do we have so many cars in Malaysia, man? Like one family has like 5 cars or something like that.
Weekend car, working car, and then maybe they go for a camping car. Different
Wow, we treat car like we treat wardrobe, is it?
Today I'm wearing black. Okay,
Today
I choose a white car.
Today I feel like driving my Porsche. Tomorrow I feel like driving my BMW. Wow, like that, man.
No, this is different cars. Maybe today I drive my Proton. Tomorrow maybe I drive my Pro Duo.
Now already upgrade, Now Toyota and Honda also already. If you only drive local car, no face value already,
Yeah, serious.
But I think is that the case? Like if EV want to become a a normal thing in Malaysia. It needs to be like that kind of social status, no? Like it needs to have that kind of social status,
Maybe if let's say EV want to like our local brand like Broadway, they have to cooperate with our local brand, maybe.
Do you think like if Produa and Proton for our EV, people will be more
I think
accepting?
Broadways I can accept if let's say there are corporations with
Why you don't want Proton? You because of money, is it?
no with Japan's, I mean the Toyota.
Hey, Geely also okay, what?
Chinese car, I still not very believe in Chinese car.
I know you just tell me 2 Chinese car brand coming to Malaysia already. Why? The EV Chinese brand, you don't support, is it? President Xi, congratulations on your 3rd term. Congratulations.
Just yesterday,
If you want to send me a free EV car, I will appreciate it. But yeah, I personally believe like EV, if we were to choose between fossil fuel and EV car, I would prefer EV.
I'm still prefer the fuel. The
but that is because
petrol.
it's a hobbyist for you.
It's not hobby. It's some kind of like you drive. Because I drive so many years already. You feel like
okay,
still
but
the petrol car is still the way you're driving.
The feel is there.
The feel is there.
But I think I didn't think that you would feel that way if you drive auto lah. Like if you grew up driving auto, I don't think you can feel the engine like that lah. I think like people like you who are familiar with driving manual can enjoy that.
I know driving manual, bro.
But you come from driving manual, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that driving the manual makes you understand the engine more like that lah.
Okay lah, can be say like that lah. If let's say you want to look for a toy as your car, surely is the fuel car lah. If let's say you want to go for just a transporting, maybe it's go for EV or future.
I think yeah, if in terms of just getting point A to B.
And you know the EVs, the horsepower, all that is better than fuel car.
I mean, it's easier to reach that horsepower lah. They can go 0 to 60
yes, very fast.
like that one, right?
Yes, very fast. The EV.
But that makes you feel like it's a toy, is it for you?
Yes, fast make you don't have any.
The rush, is it? The rush to build up, is it?
Maybe I'm not very used to it lah. I just have a car test drive only ma. Maybe you used to it already and you're different. Right?
I mean, what? Okay, the EV car that you driven is what? What EV car did you drive before?
The Tesla?
Tesla? Well, I mean, Tesla not really a good, not really a good option to into EV for people I think like if you drive like a Porsche when you're EV maybe the feel will be different or something like that.
Of course lah, that one is Porsche. I try also is because this is my friend's car lah. I'm driving in China. I'm not here. Because in China, they are
really pushing the EV,
drive.
Right?
Yes, they are pushing a EV. EV, they are without SM in Malaysia. They are without the road tax. They encourage people also drive EV, and some more EV is more easy to get a car license compared with the petrol. Yeah, because you have this car plate. It's very hard to get the car plate numbers in China. You compare with the electrical car.
Oh, wait, is there like a different license to apply for when it comes
different license, different car plate. We call it car plate, the number.
I mean, is there like any other benefits?
The road tax, the road tax.
There's road tax and then the license there. I mean, is there like weekend driving, so like what Singapore does, where it's like on the weekends no car allowed? Like, would that give
Singapore is different. In Singapore, they have I don't know. Now still got the weekend car. They call it weekend car. Only the weekend can drive a weekend car.
No. Is that weekend you cannot drive car or something like that, right? Was it?
No. They call it a weekend car. Last time it's weekend car lah. Their drive is red plate one.
So you can only drive on the weekend, right? Yes. And the weekday you cannot drive the car like
you have some special permit, then you drive in the city.
I don't know if there's something we can apply here in Malaysia.
I think Malaysia can apply.
But I think if you do that, like almost half cannot go to work already.
If let's say our public transport is good lah.
Come back again is public transportation.
Public transport you can stop not in the city area and not in the Klang-Wari area.
Like actually connect to everyone there.
You can park outside the KL and then make the not so jam in the traffic in KL. Or
Yeah, that's a problem right now. But apparently, that's why it's like I am so in support of EV, but I cannot support it when we cannot solve the situation where we are currently relying on car and our public transportation is terrible.
I think car sharing. I support the car sharing.
Didn't we try to do that carpooling last time? Like
Mm,
carpooling in the sense like
carpooling is one. I mean, my car.
The
sharing.
trend-
The main car sharing side. I fetch you, and then your. I mean, the other colleagues, all that. The carpooling, then go to the KL. Is it?
last time, right?
Not. I think not successful.
Of course not success. Everyone has car already.
No, if let's say, ayo, today
Also
I got
now
my personal things to do, or I got the class to go to attend in this 7 o'clock. Yeah, you tell yourself.
It's one thing lah, but now post COVID also, I don't think people want to carpool anymore, right?
Hard lah. The time means different people, the different times. Yeah.
I don't know.
The schedule.
Car sharing in Malaysia, I don't know lah. I mean, there's right now there's still the custom. It is kind of like car sharing, right?
Custom, not custom. The ones called. I don't remember the name.
Not custom. It's custom is a selling car, right?
Yes, yes. I know.
The app where you like just rent the car for like
yes,
the
yes,
hour.
yes, yeah.
Those kind of app, but even then the location and choices are limited. If I'm not mistaken. Like only certain places have them, right?
Yeah.
And you can't simply like drop them off anywhere like that.
Drop point, you have to
Find the exact drop point, right?
You rent a car, right? I remember, if let's say you rent in, examples lah, you rent in Bukit Bintang, you have to drive back to Bukit Bintang and stop in Bukit Bintang. You cannot simply stop and maybe the stop I go Mont Kiara. I cannot stop in Mont Kiara because in Mont Kiara that side because your car is belong Bukit Bintang ma.
Yeah, because like that's the location. That's their
restriction.
location.
You have to drive back and then put back to the Bukit Bintang.
I mean, is the scooter thing same in that sense? Or is that like the scooter thing you can just drop anywhere?
If let's say scooter, you rent a scooter, you stop at the scooter's point, the checkpoint, some kind of checkpoint, then you can stop there. Then you just scan, then lock me back. Different.
I mean,
car is
because
different.
scooter is easier lah. It's a smaller investment as well.
Because means the car sharing is not bigger like scooter. If let's say they have do bigger, the whole KL or whole Malaysia, then
I don't think we can do the car sharing to that level yet lah.
I think Malaysia.
You think Malaysia would prefer car sharing over owning a car?
I prefer car sharing is more better. You no need to own a car, but I use a transport. I don't need to do the maintenance. You drive a car, you need to do a maintenance.
But if the cost of owning a car is similar, like buying, like sharing a car is similar, like buying a car, wouldn't a person prefer buying a car straight away? Like if you use it every day,
then you prefer rent a house or buy a house. This kind of concept only, ma.
The thing is, people can't afford to buy a house. That's the problem. So you no choice but to rent a house. That's the difference. We don't have a choice, bro. That's a problem. Like if I have a choice, like I can afford to buy a house and I can afford to rent a house, most of the time I prefer to buy a house lah.
But this is the other issues like house. But for VE, their becomes like sharing. I think it's quite.
I mean that's the way lah. If you want to
Quite
at least bring it into the market first, maybe car sharing would be the best way to introduce EV lah. Although I will still fight for the thing that maybe we should improve our infrastructure first before we want to introduce all this nonsense thing lah. Tengku Zafrul, I don't know why you are so like that.
This 15, our MR3, the trains line 2 is open, right?
Bro, what's the point of opening when our current line is broken? The LRT Putaling line still broken, ma. And they will fix only in September, bro. September only fix. You used the train recently, right? How? You see how terrible? How long you need to wait? 25 minutes for a train, right?
I use the monorail.
But monorail 10 minutes, right?
10 minutes.
You imagine, bro. How we can have like this? How we are going to bring EV when we can't even maintain our infrastructure first? That's why lah. So in the end of the day, first fix our country first lah before you want to bring EV.
EV, okay, EV is not just only the car, ma. It's just still the motor. I mean, it's a motorbike. and bicycle.
Its motto can be
EV mah?
no, not say motor can be EV. Is motor a preferred transportation? Because like it's not good for family. What a motor.
Good for single and good for it's more like a toy.
The next thing is don't get married. Don't have children. Okay lah. I think we're ending this on a sad note for EV lah. I don't think we will come to a conclusion for EV in the end. Bottom line for me, I support EV lah. But in Malaysia, no EV yet. Fix our public transportation first lah.
I think after few years, if let's say the EV the foundations implement good convenience, I support lah. But for current, I don't think
it's worth it.
It's worthy for me to buy a EV so expensive. And
I will tell straight, EV a hobbyist thing already lah for now.
For current,
It's a hobbyist lah. Okay, if you have an EV, it means you are very rich and you are a very lucky person to own this lah. For the rest of us, no.
Yes.
Okay, we'll end it on that. We're trying to make this as not as long as our usual 1 hour podcast. So we hope you enjoy our little talk on EV. Maybe in the future we'll talk more about normal cars and how car life or car lifestyle in Malaysia is now. Because I think that's much more exciting topic also. Thank you again for joining us. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks and goodbye.
Bye.